Have you no home to go to?
An empty one.
Oh. Rita left you something?
No! No, at least I don't think she has. She's having a night out with Mavis, so that's what she said.
Oh, well, they'll come to no harm.
Meow.
No, I mean it. No, look, here she is, Mavis. Wish I'd have had less to do with fellas.
Who are you trying to kid?
Well, when I said they'd come to no harm, I meant it. All I've ever had from fellas is toil and trouble.
You've only got yourself to blame. You had the chance and you turned me down.
You kidding? You wouldn't have lasted 5 minutes. I'm telling you. You were always the best of pals. The quickest way to spoil a beautiful friendship is by getting married.
I was never a no-hoper, you know. But by heck, you picked a few of them up, didn't you?
Don't remind me, I always pick the wrong for... As if we needed reminding.
Aye.
I wonder where he is.
God knows.
We were standing at the bar, and he was sitting there.
I was never sorry to see the back of him, you know. No, I know he was my mate, and I introduced you to him. And I wish to God I hadn't.
You don't have to stick together, you fellas. Never a word about him being married.
Didn't stop you finding out, though, did it?
No.
It hit you hard, that, didn't it?
Straight between the eyes.
Why the silence?
Because I'm afraid if I speak, I'll say too much.
What about?
Oh, shut up.
You better get it out of your system, whatever it is.
All right, then. Are you serious, or are you just stringing me along?
Serious? Of course I'm serious. You know I'm serious.
Well, isn't there a little et cetera that you've forgotten to mention?
Yes. I'm married.
But you didn't have the guts to tell me, did you? Did you?
You never believed this, but I was going to tell you.
You're dead right, I don't believe you. Oh, it must be terrible for you. You must be suffering.
I wanted you to know from me.
Well, now I do know, that's it.
That's what?
Us. You and me.
Don't be so ridiculous.
Me, ridiculous. Listen, I know every detail of your boyhood ambitions. I know all the details of your teenage passions. Near a Wimberley bush, wasn't it? I can mention every name of every ship that you've ever sailed on.
All right, you've made your point. You didn't know there was a Mrs. Gregory.
You know I didn't.
Oh, Elsie, this is terrible. I don't know what to say.
No, don't make excuses. Don't sit there making excuses. Why couldn't you have told me before? It was a simple thing. All you had to say was I'm married, that's all.
I know I didn't. I can't help it. Who told you?
I heard, that's all.
Ben Fairclough?
Never mind who told me.
I'm asking you...
No, for your information.
I'm beginning to think you've known all along, have you?
What to say to me? What a time to choose to say it. You know very well that I didn't. I've never carried on with married men, but since I've heard about your little act, I wish I'd carried on with the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker.
Is that what you really feel?
You know it isn't. But at my age, you can't waste time fooling around.
Who was fooling?
Oh, was fooling, honestly, Bill.
Elsie. What do you know about my married life?
Just enough to know that you've got one, that's all.
I should never have married her. Cat and dog hasn't been a word for it.
Look, I'm not interested. As far as you and I are concerned, it's all over and done with.
It's not all over. Elsie, please, sit down and listen to me for 1 minute. 1 minute, that's all. We've been separated. We've been separated for quite a tiny bit. She goes her way and I go mine.
It seems to me I've heard that tale before.
This time it's the truth.
Well, why didn't you divorce her?
I've thought about it.
But you haven't done anything, have you?
Who says I won't?
What we're arguing about. I don't enter into it. This thing's just between you and her, that's all.
Of course you enter into it.
All right, then. Stop yapping and start thinking. Now, then, I mean every word I'm going to say. I don't want to hear from you again or see you again until you've got this thing straightened out. All I want is this straightened out and properly. All right? You're looking at me like that for?
One day somebody'll cop you listening in.
Listening? How dare you? I'm an interested party. Anyway, he's separated from his wife.
Oh, dear.
Elsie's still got wedding bells ringing in her ears, poor kid.
Oh, I had the bells at my wedding. There was 2 shillings extra.
I wonder how many more he's got beside poor Elsie. I'll bet there's a chain of them from here to Hong Kong.
Well, perhaps if he's separated, he'll divorce his wife, marry Elsie Tanner, and they'll live happily ever after.
And perhaps they won't.
you get married again, Ina?
Me? I want to wash no man's doorstep, thank you very much.
Is there running somewhere?
No, it's Marmalade will be fine. Actually, I don't normally have a big breakfast.
Ah, well, you should. Start the day with a bit of lard on your ribs. That's what I always say.
Anyway, thank you very much for having me.
While you're cooking for two, you might just well do for three. You'd have been getting your own anyway.
Ah, if he'd bothered. Hey, has paper come yet?
Yeah, Ken brought it in.
Oh.
What are you looking so thoughtful about?
You know Pamela? Pamela Marriott, the one that's been running the business for me while I've been off. She thinks she'd like to buy me out.
What do you think?
Well, she's not made any definite offer yet. She keeps on sounding me out.
Oh, do you want to sell?
I can't make up my mind. I'm making money, there's no two ways about that, but, oh, there's all the responsibility, and the work's so frustrating.
In what way?
Well, I was trained to do a really classy style. All they seem to want around here is corrugated ridges.
Ye gods, is that right time?
It's about a minute slow.
Hey, well, I'll have to be off. I've got a playground full of kids waiting for me. Thanks very much for the breakfast. Bye-bye.
Hello, lad.
Bye. What are you so interested in?
The financial column. You know, it's my considered opinion that the stock exchange is the rich man's bingo. You and Ken are serious.
Serious?
Well, in the words of Mr. Wilfred Pickles, are you courting?
I don't know. We seem to sort of blow hot and cold.
Oh, don't think I'm interfering.
Oh, I don't, not for a minute. He's asked me to marry him.
Oh, and are you going to?
I don't know.
Well, it's your own life.
Would you if you were me?
But I'm not you, am I?
Oh, you know what I mean.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. You could go a sight further and fare worse.
Mum and Dad met him, you know.
All right. How'd you get on?
Marvellous.
Yeah, well, that doesn't... Hey, be careful, love. Don't surprise me about that, because he get on with anybody with that young fella.
Uncle,
Now what?
shall I marry him?
Nay, if you don't know, I'm sure I don't.
I'm balmy about him. Not just his looks, everything. Did you know children like it?
What children?
Any?
Elsie.
Oh, you're laughing at me.
How do you get on with dogs?
Oh, shut up.
Well, if he's as wonderful as all that, why don't you snap him up?
Because I don't think I'm good enough for him.
I've never heard anything so daft in all me born puff. Look, I was never one for throwing lavish compliments about, but I'll tell you this. You were good enough for anybody.
Oh, I might hold him back.
What the heck are you talking about?
Well, I'm not educated and I talk common.
You talk natural.
I suppose I could always have elocution.
Oh, and since when has young Kenneth talked like a wireless announcer?
Oh, he's had a college education, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, he doesn't talk broad. Do you think I would hold him back?
Why, he's not going in for Prime Minister, is he?
Oh, he'd go a long way, though.
Then why don't you go along with him?
Stop biting your lips.
I wasn't aware that I was doing.
Well, you have been doing. You've been biting them all morning. You'll be wearing them away. Have I done anything to offend you?
What makes you say that?
You've hardly spoken 2 words to me all morning.
Sorry, love.
Come on, kid. What's the truth?
A man?
Which one?
Which one do you think? The one and only light of my life.
Bill?
Dot, if I tell you something, you won't tell anybody, will you?
Of course I won't. What do you take me for?
He's married.
I knew there was something funny about him. I don't know what, but I knew.
He is separated, though.
Oh, that's what they all say.
And I'm inclined to believe him.
Is it him let it out about being married?
No. I found out.
How?
Dear, kind friend felt it her bounden duty to inform me.
Don't some people make you sick?
You're such a fool.
Now, listen, you mustn't feel like that. You've no reason to feel like that.
For the past fortnight, I've been seeing myself a nice little two-piece with a big spray of orchids marching off to the registry office.
Have you sent him packing? Why not?
Can't.
You should.
Don't, I know my own mind and I can't...
Plenty more fish in the sea.
Ah, well, he can stay there.
That's how you feel now.
Yes, and that, unfortunately, is the way I'm going to go on feeling. Thought this is it, the big thing, you know?
What are you going to do?
We have talked about divorce.
Oh, who brought the divorce up? You or him?
All right, so I'm throwing myself at him. It's all right for you. You've got Walt. What about me? I've got nobody. I go home night after night after night to that house. Our house. And it's that empty, it's tidy. And that, believe you me, is summer.
You would find somebody else.
Oh,
Yes,
course you would.
Oh,
To be sharp about it, won't I? I'm not exactly a sex kitten, am I?
You still get all the love.
Yeah, well, look, the streets don't bring you a cup of tea up in the morning. Oh, daughter, I've had a shocking night. Brain's just been turning over and over. I was up at 2 o'clock this morning making myself a cup of tea.
Why don't you see a doctor?
What for? Plastic surgery?
You're a bit run down.
I run to fat and gone to sea. Do you mean, by gum, this diet had better do a bit of good?
Elsie, you're a very attractive woman.
Was, you mean?
And you still are. Now, why you're crucifying yourself like this is just beyond me.
I've been taking a bit of stock of myself. If I don't get him, who do I get?
There's plenty.
Not that quality.
Oh, yes, there are. Don't know what you can see in him. I think he's let you down pretty badly.
Oh, I'm as much to blame.
Now, don't you go defending him. Don't look. No. No, please don't.
Let me look.
Please don't.
I've been wanting a good crier ever since I found out.
Well, you have one, love. Perhaps it'll make you feel better, eh?
I feel rotten.
Blow your nose. Are you seeing him again? When?
Well, he said he was going to have a think about it and then let me know either way.
And if he doesn't decide to get a divorce?
Well, then there'll be a dirty big farewell scene.
Well, for everyone's sake, I hope so.
Oh, don't you fret, there will be.
Elsie, I hate to see you ruin your life.
Such as it is.
Good morning, Mrs. Greenhalgh. You were 10 minutes late again this morning. This is personnel here. Good morning. I have class dress department. Yes, who did you want to speak to? Oh. For you.
Who is it?
Him.
I am the only licensee's wife I know of who does all her own cleaning.
Well, get a cleaner then.
Oh, very easy to say.
Well, somebody will be glad of a bit extra. What about one of the old biddies in the snug?
Ah, well, as cleaners, they'd make very good routers through drawers. Jack,
What?
about the holiday.
Well, you're going, aren't you?
I most certainly am.
And I most certainly am not.
Did you get through all right, Mr. Gregory?
No, the person I wanted to speak to wasn't there.
Oh.
Can I have a large whiskey, please?
Oh, of course, lad.
Why wouldn't you speak to him then?
Because he said he was going to see me. If he's got out to say, he can say it to my face.
He wanted to see you tonight in the Rovers at 8 o'clock.
Ah, saved by the bell, madam. We were just about to secure the padlocks.
I wonder if you could help me, though. I'm looking for a Maudsley Street.
Oh, it's a matter of minutes away.
Oh, yes, it's only a cock's drive.
Oh, it's not a very long street, is it? I mean, I don't know the number of the house I'm looking for, you see.
Well, can we assist you in any way?
Well, I'm looking for a Mr. Fairclough, Len Fairclough.
Oh, do you know Len, then?
No, I don't, but my husband does.
Oh.
Yes, Bill and Len were in the war together.
Well, it so happens that I'm passing the end of Maudsley Street. I'd be very happy to escort you to the house itself.
Well, I hope it's not very far. I've been travelling all day. I've come down from Scotland.
Oh, an exceedingly tiring business travelling, yes. Good night,
Good
ladies.
night, Mr. Charles. Mr. Swindler's very gallant, isn't he? Ruby. Pardon? Down from Scotland. Is something the matter?
Well, she's who I think she is. Somewhat's very much the matter.
There you are. Ooh, I don't know. You can drink that cider stuff.
That's how I feel about that tomato mop you're on.
Listen, what makes you think that woman was once his wife?
It all fits in.
Well, if you're so sure, why don't you tell him? He's there.
Well, you don't think he heard us, do you?
Oh, I don't think so. Go on, ask him.
I dare you.
Look, if you don't shut up just in a minute to prove you're wrong, I will.
You're not sure?
All right, then. What?
I bet you did.
Excuse me. Don't think I'm cheeky or anything, but this is just to settle an argument.
Well, anything to oblige.
Well, have you by any chance got a wife with black hair and a red coat?
What makes you ask that?
Well, have you? Because if you have, she's just gone round to Len Fairclough. Hey, you see, I was right.
Oh, you're hard-faced.
Me? Why?
For asking him.
Well, who was it has dared me? I wonder why she's gone to Fairclough. Oh, she doesn't know where else Hannah lives.
Go was it?
Oh, no, it wasn't.
It was, love.
Well, it shouldn't have been. There must be something wrong with the lock.
Never mind about
I
that.
do mind. Anybody could get in. Some very funny people are roaming about these days.
Elsie. She's turned up.
Ever your wife?
Yes.
Anything happens to Elsie? What's she got to say?
I don't know. I haven't had the pleasure of seeing her yet. I think she's gone round to Len's.
If she wants to find out what's going on, why doesn't she come round here? It's only an hop, skip, and a jump to my doorstep.
Looks like I've got to face it, isn't it?
Perhaps it's just as well. Now you'll have to make up your mind. Either way. Won't you?
I don't think that joke's funny. I think it's plain coarse. Where it's coming from you is very funny. Anyway, there's two ways of taking it. You've read a meaning to that joke that was never intended.
Hello, mate. Hey, what's up with you?
Trouble.
Oh, not your Nellie again, eh?
No, Bill Gregory's wife.
Hey? Well, she ran to your place?
Yeah.
Well, she come down chasing Bill or something?
Chasing Bill? I'm not kidding you. They're sitting there supping. Supping tea with tots of brandy in it. Nellie's in her element. I'm not kidding.
Don't blame me getting out of that lot.
Supping tea with brandy in it.
What you have to say about Elsie?
She didn't even mention it. She doesn't know a blind thing about it, you know. Don't always having Barneys at home, you know. That's why she thinks he's left her.
Oh, she got a shock coming, hasn't she?
I better tell him, hadn't I?
Do you know where he is?
No, I've been round to his digs.
Well, why don't you try Elsie's?
Aye. I'm not kidding. We're just sitting there, munching away, you know. Ham and tongue salad, a little tiny knock on the door. About 10 seconds, they go stark raving mad.
Ah, so have you. That's mine.
You just can't win, can you?
We'll get to the bottom of this.
Well, I'm not getting involved in anything.
Well, that's a good thing, because you've no right.
And have you, Ena?
Yes. Oh, come in, girls. Come in and have a look at the little room in which you'll spend the twilight of your lives.
Oh, how nicely you put that, Ena. You made us sound like evening stars.
Now, just what is going on in public?
You can't dodge, you know, Billy boy.
I'm not trying to.
I've noticed you haven't exactly got your running shoes on, have you?
Does she know who I am?
No, she doesn't.
What's she come here for?
You wrote her a letter, didn't you?
Yes?
What did you tell her?
You know what I told her? I told her I wasn't going back to her.
Well, that's what she's come here for, isn't she? Have you got my address at home?
Yes, somewhere.
Well, that's it, then. She looks at the postmark, she puts two and two together and ends up in our parlour.
What's Nellie been saying to her? That's what I want to know.
Now, she just got in the backyard and gave it a battle orders.
You tell her where I was?
No, I didn't even know myself. I've been dashing around today like a bloodhound.
I'll go back and tell her you don't know where I am.
Honestly, Bill.
Honestly,
But
Bill,
don't
what?
be so childish.
For heaven's sake, you gotta see this little lot through, you know. I told her the chances were you'd be in the Rovers at 8 o'clock tonight. Look, mate, I didn't want to land you in it, but you gotta sort it out yourself, haven't you? I'll see you.
Laugh.
I'm not laughing.
It's not exactly a laughing matter, is it? Go back to her, Bill.
And what about you?
I'll manage.
You wouldn't give me a chance to explain to you.
I know. She doesn't understand you.
I know it sounds like the old story, but it's the truth. She doesn't. You don't know what sort of a life she's led me. Nag, nag, nag from morning till night. And this isn't something sudden. You know when I made up my mind that I was going to leave her? Last October, in a train at Carlisle Station, when I was on my way here. And I met you, and that was it.
I'll go back to her and tell her that, then.
Is that what you want?
What I want?
It's up to you, love.
It's what?
You've only got to lift your little finger, and I'll go and tell her. You know the score with me, but I've got to know how you feel.
How I feel. I'll tell you how I feel. I feel as if I've been run over by a tram. I feel as if I'm having one of them nightmares that you can't wake up from. That's how I feel. All right. Go to the Rovers, go to them, and tell her whatever you want, but don't ask me to help you, because, don't you see, it wouldn't be right.
Two of us.
3 of us.
You can't just duck out of this, love.
Who's ducking out of anything? Look, if you want to go back, go back. If you don't. It's as simple as that.
God, I wish it was. I'll go and see her. But I meant what I said. One sign from you, and I'll know what I've got to do. I know what you're thinking. You think it's easy. But it isn't. I love you, Elsie. But I can't do it on my own.
I've told him, love. He's said he'll be round in a minute.
Oh, thank you.
Give us a pint, Jack.
She looks lonely.
Aye.
You know her?
Yeah, she's a fellow found Nellie.
Oh, I've got Annie packing upstairs.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's a queer thing, man. I've stood up to Annie for the first time for years, but I'm blowed if I'm enjoying it. Yeah, I reckon where women are concerned, we're all cowards at heart.
Say that again.
Hello, Bill.
Hello.
Year's time, you'll be sat in Mrs. Longer's chair, and you'll be sat in Mrs. Caldwell's.
And who'll be in yours?
Maybe you get a shock and find it's me.
Oh, Ina, what are you doing?
I wasn't aware that I was doing anything.
Well, you keep craning forward and gazing into the public. It's most distracting.
That folk believe I was nosy. Actually, I am very interested in what's going on 2 counters away, Minnie. Very interested indeed. I've never been a marriage guidancer, and I'd like to know how this little lot works out.
Well, say something.
Such as what?
Well, such as... Oh, never mind. Are you going to come back?
I don't know.
Well, it'd work. I know it'd work. Look, love, I know what I've been like to you. Nobody knows better. I've had plenty of time to think it over.
You're not the only one.
But it's not as though we've never been happy. We were. Look, love, you must see it from my point of view. Stuck in that lousy flat for weeks on end with you away heaven knows where.
I had a job to do.
It wasn't exactly exciting for me. The height of my enjoyment was going in next door for a cup of tea.
Well,
And then having to come out again, thought I wouldn't be in the way when her husband came home. Sat and reading your letters. I believed those letters.
I had to say something.
Well, I should have guessed. All that about being too far away to come home at weekends.
Now what?
Yes. You should have been there when I got that last letter. That one where you said... Oh, you know what you said. Look at me, love. Please, I want you back. I wouldn't have come all that way if I hadn't wanted you back, would I? Don't think it's easy for me to say things like that, because it's not. Not with somebody like me, it's not. I mean, it's not as if there's anybody else. It will be different, love. Honest, it will. I know my own faults.
Right. He's going, love.
I know.
That's that, then, eh?
Come on, let's set him up. Drink so round, I'm going to have to wait till you hear the news. Come, you two are looking pleased with yourselves.
Why, should we? We just got engaged.
Hey, congratulations on the pair of you.
Yeah.
You know something?
What?
I never even saw it.
I can remember the exact words.